Hey everyone, welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Malizu Chinaza Gift and I'm a law student from Madka University. I'm here to talk about a book, and this book is called The Leader Who Had No Title. It is written by Robin Sharma. So I'm going to start with the chapter 1. The chapter 1 talks about leadership and success are birthrights. And it started with Blake Davis, who was a narrator too. He faced a lot of pain after his parents died. He tried all means to escape his feelings, even through watching television, but to no avail. He then decided to join the army, but he struggled with war and nightmares. Then he now remembered the love he had for books, and the love of books his parents instilled that in him. And because of the love of book he had, it helped him find a job in the bookstore. But his attitude to work was bad. But it was because of the passion he had for books. This was what kept him going. But one day, he had an encounter with a stranger named Tommy Flynn. Tommy Flynn opens his eyes to new possibilities. Then let's enter to chapter 2. Chapter 2 talks about his meeting with a leadership mentor. This chapter talks about how Tommy and Blake's relationship evolved. It all started with Tommy sharing his insight about leadership to Blake by saying that titles doesn't interest him at all, but do his best at work is all that matters to him. Tommy also revealed that all the training, all the experience that he had in Iraq was a preparation for his training, and that if he didn't go through all those events, he won't be prepared to listen to what he was about to teach him. He also added that he wanted to share a transformational philosophy for leadership in business and success at life. Tommy introduced the concept of LWT because they asked because he wore the necklace that they did LWT. And then Tommy introduced the concept of LWT, which emphasizes that you don't need a title to become a leader. You just need to be a living, breathing human being. That is what chapter 2 talks about. Then moving on to chapter 3, which talks about the sad cost of mediocrity and the spectacular rewards of leadership mastery. Tommy shared that Blake will meet the four teachers that share the four lessons that lies at the heart of LWT philosophy with him. Tommy and Blake met at the cemetery, where he also revealed to Blake that LWT stands for Lead Without a Title. And that is the method that he will be learning today. So at the cemetery, Tommy asked Blake to get into one of the graves because two graves were dug. And then he asked Tommy to enter into one of them and read what was on the slate because there was a slate inside the grave. And on that slate, it was written the 10 human regrets. This 10 human regrets highlights common missed opportunities in life. That was what that 10 human regrets stated. And then on the other grave was a slate. And that slate was made with gold, and it was written on it the 10 human victories, which outlines a path to a life of purpose and leadership. So this writing, this inscription served as a catalyst for Blake to embrace a life of purpose and leadership. That was what all chapter 3 talked about. So we are moving to chapter 4 now. And chapter 4 talks about his first leadership conversation. The first leadership mentor Tommy introduced Blake to is Anna. Anna was an Argentina woman and also a housekeeper. And Tommy introduced Blake to Anna by telling Anna Blake's history about his military life and all. And then Anna appreciated Blake and his colleagues for sacrificing their lives for the country, and he felt very grateful. Anna was going to be teaching him all about leading without a title. And then Anna revealed to Blake that her parents died when she was a kid, but she had to live with her cousins and her grandma. And she was also a lover of books and literature and has been good in all her jobs. And then she discovers her job as a housekeeper as one of the best job in the world. Then Blake asked if would people laugh if he treated a bookstore shop job as the best in the world. And then Anna replied by sharing that whatever people think about him shouldn't be his problem and it shouldn't affect him. She then gifted him a napkin with natural power, which says that you should do your best in everything, inspire others to follow you. Everyone can bring positive change without a title. And then she summarized all this with an acronym: image. I stands for innovation, M stands for mastery, A stands for authenticity, and then G stands for God. And then the final one, ethics, and then E stands for etiquette. And she said that all this will help him. Then we move to chapter 5. In chapter 5, Blake met the second leader named Ty Bond, who was a five-time world slalom skiing champion and had retired from competition skiing in his early 30s. Tybone shared his wisdom with Blake, which emphasized that turbulent times build great leaders. He also shared the lead without a title philosophy with an acronym SPARK, which stands for speak with candor, prioritize your mission, adversity breeds opportunities, respond rather than react, and give kudos to inspire others. That's what chapter 5 talk about Blake's meeting with Tybone. Yeah. So we move to chapter 6. Blake's meeting with the third leadership mentor. He met Jackson Chan, who was a brilliant and successful software engineer. He also thanked Blake and the other soldiers for serving the country, and also Blake felt grateful. Jackson Chan shared his insight by emphasizing that leadership is rooted in effective communication. He stated that the deeper your relationship, the deeper your relationship, the stronger your leadership. Yeah. He said this acronym human. H stands for helpfulness, U stands for understanding, M stands for mingling, A stands for amuse, and N for nurture. So for one to be a good leader, he needs to be helpful, understanding, and able to have a strong relationship with one another. And also, he also needs to learn to be happy and to train the relationship to grow. Jackson Chan was a CEO and he was successful in his business, but he had to leave his career and focus on his dream and his passion. And this advice he gave to Blake, that whatever his heart desires, he should do, and he will still be a great person. In chapter 7, the next chapter, Blake met Jet Briscoe. Jet Briscoe was a massage therapist, and he also thanked Blake and his colleagues for serving the country. Jet Briscoe was a successful man. He shared his insights on how to be a great leader. He stated that for one to be a great leader, he must first become a great person. He also added by saying that you should lead yourself before leading others. And you should try and forgive others that offend you. And then he also shared 7 fundamental of personal leadership, such as learning, affirmation, visualizing, journalizing, etc. He also made the statement that you should lead yourself before leading others, forgive others who offend you, and you should not hold grudges. And also, you should visualize what you want to be, all achievements in the book, and then write them down. He also said that the inner requires to make your character richer, and then your intention purer, and you can act bigger. He also shared an acronym, SHINE. We stands for S stands for see clearly, H stands for health is wealth, I stands for inspiration, N stands for neglect, not your family, and elevate your lifestyle. That's all chapter 7 it's saying. Then chapter 8, which is the last chapter in this book, is the conclusion of the novel. So after the meeting with all the 4 mentors, both with Anna, Ty Bond, Jet Briscoe, and the last one, Jackson Chan, then Jet Briscoe. After the meeting with the 4 mentors, Blake's mindset and way of leading changed. But he later got a news that Tommy died struggling with cancer. And then it was really heartbreaking. And then Tommy wrote Blake a letter and gifted him his Porsche car. Then Blake then decided that he was going to share this LWT philosophy to the world, and then he would also write a book about it. So that's what this leader who had no title by Robin Sharma talks about. Um, thank you guys for listening to my book review and subscribe next time. Bye.